Hello, everyone. This is Phil Blankenship.
And Rhonda Weber.
And we want to welcome you to the Popcorn 101 webinar that we're doing today. As we do this webinar and you have questions, of course everybody out there in computer land is muted, but what we need you to do is use the chat box that is located, on my computer is to the right, it may be up at the top, but if you'll, should be a little arrow or something, or a little plus that you can click, and you'll be able to open up the chat window and you can send us questions as you have, and we'll try to answer them throughout the webinar. If we can't, we'll answer them at the end. This webinar goes about 1 hour, and we're going to try to hold it to that to respect your time. And again, appreciate everybody. Rhonda, of course, is with the staff out of the Bluegrass Council office here in Lexington, and I'm a Scoutmaster with Troop 2014 in Richmond, Kentucky. And again, appreciate everybody taking the time today to join us for this webinar. So by now you know how to, if you've attended the Beck seminar, you know about the cells and how to encourage people to support scouting, not just buy popcorn. What we want to do today is we want to go through the products and prizes, the unit commissions, as you see there on the screen. We're going to talk about the top selling unit prize, which is different this year, along with the products. Again, some of those are different. We're going to talk about the Ninja Quest, which is a different thing this year, and also go over the unit kernel checklist. Again, as you have questions, please type those in the chat window. And one thing that that I think you'll see is that we really listen to those surveys that are sent out. As we send surveys out through the year and the unit kernels fill those out, we'll pull all those back in, and a group of folks look over all that information and try to adjust the program. And again, as we're trying to do this, we're just trying to make it fun for the kids and beneficial for you. Thank you again for agreeing to serve as your unit's colonel. And whether you're new or veteran in this role, we're very grateful because the sales can't happen without having you there. The last 2 years' sales are really going to be hard to top, but with all that went well and the feedback we heard, we believe that we can do that again, and we've got a new exciting theme that you're going to see here. The three priorities, as I hinted on before, that we've really set out for this sale is that we want to have fun as the first priority with the scouts. If it's not fun and we're not making scouting fun with the purpose, we've missed the goal. The second thing is we want to make sure it remains about our scouts and helping them to reach the goals and to fund their adventures. And then the third thing, especially for you all, is to make everything as simple as we can and keep the sale quick and simple and basic so we can move everybody through this to fund their program. And if you haven't already guessed it, the theme that we've been talking about, if you look in the upper left-hand corner, this year is the Teenage Mutant Ninja Kernels, to play off on the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movie that just came out about 3 weeks ago. And we plan to have a lot of fun with that, so go ahead and get your turtle mask on, your ninja mask, and let's have some fun today as we're going through this webinar and learning about logistics. So what's new this year on the product line is a popping corn tin. If you've had a chance to look at the order forms and the brochures that were the pamphlets that have been handed out, there's actually a popping corn tin that you, the old-fashioned way, put it in some butter and pop it in a pan. Cinnamon crunch tin. Now we don't want to confuse this with hot cinnamon. But what this is like is cinnamon toast crunch, if you want to think of it like that. The solid chocolate has gone away, and that has been replaced with a chocolatey drizzle. And the feedback on that has been really good. That's the chocolatey drizzle, and of course that actually is with nuts. And
if you do have folks who loved the fully covered chocolate caramel corn, it is still available in the three-way premium tin and the black tin. So it's just not in its own tin, it is still available. So if someone would just really love to have it, those are the ways they can get that.
I end up having to get the chocolatey treasure tin anyway because I really like the chocolate-covered peanut butter or peanut brittle. But those are the three new products that are there, and again, of course, all the other products are the ones that we've seen before and have been really top sellers through the year. So we hope that this new product line is one that's pleasing to everybody. And again, the non-popcorn option that we do have is the $25 military donation. So what you're going to see is 12 returning favorites at the same price. Now we're going to have 5 items, $15 or less. And we've been asked a lot of times to try to keep a lot of items under 15 or less, and again, we're offering 5 at that. Full range of products up to $55. And again, all but 5-way 10 and the military donations are available for show and sell. You can go ahead and take the military donations. What you can't do is go ahead and order those now. You have to wait till the second order. And Rhonda, sometimes I think people get confused with show and sell and take orders. So today I may even refer to them as order number 1 and order number 2. But whatever it takes to make this easy, we'll sure adjust accordingly.
Sounds good. I'm going to walk through some of the information about this year's prizes for you. The first layer, if you will, to the prize program is found on the brochure that is folded in with the order form. So if you're in a pack, you should have received order forms that have the Cub Scout prize brochure tied into it. And if you're in a troop, a post, or a crew, you should have the Boy Scout equivalent. So we do have 2 different prize programs to kind of target the different age groups that we serve. Your scouts will want to look through the prize brochure and pick the prize that correlates with the amount they sold in terms of total sales. So all sales made by the scouts, whether it's through take order, show and sell, online, they all count towards their prizes. This information is also available on the website too if you don't have the prize brochure handy sometime and you need to look it up. They can choose either one item that's at the highest level they reached or several different items at lower levels. The important thing is that the total value of the prizes they choose does not exceed what they sold. Please don't round up. If you have scouts that are $10, $15 away from the level they really want to reach, check in with them a couple weeks before the sale is over, identify that, and encourage them to sell that 1 more box or 1 more military donation or 1 more 10, whatever it takes to get them to that level. One thing that I wanted to point out this year, because the popcorn committee asked me to bring it to your attention, is something that I think only a few of our units have taken advantage of, and frankly only a few of our scouts in those units. This is something that if you have a scout that really likes adventure and risk and has fun with that in a positive way, you will see on the prize brochures little gift bag icons, if you will, with a question mark on it. Those are the mystery grab bags. Your scout can choose that. What it will mean is that they will have no idea what prize they will get. But whatever prize they get will be at least 50% higher in value than the other items at that level. So we have got some really great feedback from the scouts that have tried that. They've ended up with some awesome prizes. So if somebody asks you about that, or if you have somebody you think might be interested, that's a fun option to choose. And we just wanted to make sure to bring that to your attention. The next set of prizes, if you will, slide to change, there you go, is the Fill It Up Club. And this is an extra prize bonus program, if you will, that the council adds on to the main prize program. And this is to encourage and reward scouts to try sales methods in addition to show and sell, and to reward their overall sales. So that's really the purpose of the Fill It Up Club. You get in the club, if you will, when you fill up your first order form. So that when they fill up their first order form, they earn the Fill It Up Club prize, which this year is Skylight Rockets. You can think of it as basically a stomp rocket on steroids. They go really high. Several of the rockets have LED lights, so they're fun at night. Everyone that I've seen try it of all ages has really enjoyed them, so I think they're going to be a hit with our scouts, and they earn that when they fill up an order form. The next thing that happens when they fill up that first order form is you can submit it to the council office, just send it in to Anna Marie, and you will then, that scout will then be entered in weekly drawings. You don't have to wait for a particular date. As soon as they start filling out forms, you can just go ahead and send in a copy of that form to the council office, and we will start weekly prize drawings during the main portion of the sale. and they might win bonus prizes, and when that's an opportunity we don't want them to miss out on. The next phase of the club, if you will, is to reward their total sales on top of filling up a form. And every year we get questions as to whether it really is, do they have to do both? And the answer is yes. The idea is they fill up a form and have total sales of at least $600 or more to earn an invitation to their choice of one of the parties. Or they can have total sales of $1,200 or more, and they can go to both parties. And we have some fun new party options available this year. Let me highlight those for you. For Cub Scouts, the options are the ever-popular Daddytown Lock-In, which continues to be a perennial favorite. And then also the new option is Get Air. And if you've not heard of Get Air, it is a trampoline park here in the greater Lexington area. I think it's technically in Nicholasville, but it's right on the border of Fayette and Jessamine counties. And it is just what it sounds like. There's dodgeball, there's trampolines, wall-to-wall trampolines, tons of fun, and those that have tried it out have really said this is going to be a great option for our scouts. So we hope that will be exciting and new, especially to boys who've maybe been selling popcorn for several years and have done the other party options. For Boy Scouts, the options will be, again, Get Air and the shooting sports party at McKee, which has also become a fun tradition for Boy Scouts that are among our top sellers in popcorn. If you have any folks that are concerned about the Gaddytown event or the Get Air event starting to get overcrowded, we want to let you know something that the committee has done this year to try to address that preemptively, if you will. We have reserved with both Gaddytown and Get Air a second date on their calendar, so that if our registrations at either one of those events or both of those events warrant, we can offer those events on 2 nights instead of just 1. So we won't go to that automatically, so stay tuned as we find out at the end of the sale how many folks we have registered. But if anybody's saying to you, oh, Gaddytown's going to be so crowded, we don't want to do it this year, go ahead and let them know that the committee is doing its best to address that. That's a good problem to have, right? And we've got a second date on hold if we were to need it. The next level of prizes are provided by Campmaster specifically. These are their prizes, and they provide them to our scouts. At the $1,500 level, Scout gets to choose between a $50 Target or Walmart gift card. At the $2,000 level, the Scout gets to choose between an outdoor adventure camp package or a Hexbug remote control robotic spider, for those who like to put together their pets, I guess. The camping package this year includes a backpack, a tent, a compass, and a lantern. And the robotic spider, in case you were wondering, comes complete with motors and sensors. So I think those will be fun options for our scouts. At the $3,000 level this year, they're offering a GoPro camera. If you're not familiar with that, that's basically a camera you can wear on a helmet, or if you mount it on your head, I guess. I don't know the right terminology. But you can record your adventures. We've had several of our rappellers who've done the Brave the Blue event record their rappel this way. We've seen videos of scouts who've gone out to Philmont and recorded their trek at Philmont this way. It's a really fun way for scouts to be able to record their adventure, and so I think that will be a great option. The other option at the $3,000 level is a gift check for 5% of the sales, and this is really where, when we say your prizes are unlimited in the popcorn sale, they really are. So if a scout sells $3,000 and select this level, they will get a check for $150. But if they sell $10,000, that's going to be a check for $500. So it really grows with their sales. And I would say that this is often the best choice for scouts. Even if they want one of the other prizes, they can choose that and buy the prize themselves and maybe even have some money left over. So encourage your scouts, but there really is no limit to the amount of prizes they can earn. I will, just for clarification point, you get the Campmaster's High Achiever prizes on top of the other prizes at the other levels we discussed, but you only get one Campmaster's High Achiever prize. So if they sell $3,000, they get a choice between the GoPro or the gift check. They don't get the $50 gift card, the camp package, and the GoPro. So hopefully that makes sense to everybody. If you have questions, especially as we get closer to ordering prizes, just let us know and we'll walk you through it. Last but not least is the Council's Top Seller Package, we've really worked over the last couple of years to grow this and make this a fun package of opportunities for our top-selling scouts. So this year, the top seller council-wide will get a zipline tour for 4 from Red River Gorge Zipline Tours. They will get to throw out the first pitch of the Lexington Legends game. They'll get a rafting trip and a zip line for 2 from Sheltoe Trace Outfitters. And the whitewater rafting trip is their Cumberland Below the Falls trip, if you're familiar with that. That's a great one. And then they'll get a night stay at the Clarion Lexington where they will be able to enjoy the Fun Dome and a $150 check and a trophy. The next 5 highest sellers council-wide will get $100 in a trophy. So maybe this package will help get some of your scouts dreaming about what they might earn in this year's sale.
Rhonda, that's a lot of prizes. I was just going through that myself, and I really like the GoPro. I know that's a really hot item among the boys this year. Last year it was the Beats headset, so this year the big top item is a GoPro. One thing is you're looking through that price sheet that there are plenty of knives, and what you'll find out is the knives is what boys will choose a lot of. Rhonda, when I almost got my feelings hurt there, you're talking about the skyrockets, and I have found myself playing with that a bit. As we shot that at summer camp this year, the boys were grabbing those rockets, and even the older boys were grabbing them and wanting to hang on to them. They're a lot of fun, and all the parties that Rhonda mentioned. So just to recap something on that, if I go and sell $600, which I can't because I'm an adult, but if I were a scout and I sold $600, you probably filled up a sheet, so you're most likely going to get the skyrockets. You're going to get to go to a choice of one of the parties. In addition to that, you're going to get the level 6 on the sheet, which is a choice of either something like binoculars or knives, several items to choose from in that, and then a patch for selling popcorn. So if I had to set a goal for the boys, I would probably set it myself at $600 because that way they really get a little bit of everything and have a lot of fun with this. So let's talk about what's in now for the unit. And that's where we had a slide up talking about the commission. And you can earn as much as 34% for your unit. Let me go over what those are. So everybody is going to get a 28% base commission. If you signed up before June 2nd, you're going to get a 1% signing bonus for doing that. Go and have a kickoff. I know a lot of units are planning the kickoffs. Make sure you take pictures and submit those. Let me talk just a moment what you do with the unit level kickoff. So don't go and just throw those forms on the back. What we found out is if you take those forms and you hand them out to the boys, have them look over their sheets, pick something that they're interested in, and have the boys, older or younger, set goals. Maybe if you're in the Boy Scouts, you're actually breaking into patrol meetings and let the patrols work on setting their goals. Maybe if it's in the Cub Scouts, you're having the Dens look at their goals. Have some fun competitions during this time, and take pictures of what's going on. Maybe you're just having a popcorn race, but have a fun unit level kickoff in which you tell what you're going to be doing and the purpose of what you're using the money for. And take a picture of that, submit that to Rhonda or Anna Marie. Or the easier thing to do is just download the Camp Masters app. You open it up, it's a big yellow screen, you put your unit information in there, you'll tap on it and be able to attach a picture to it. You'll hit the send button, and at that point it will also enter you in a bigger contest with Camp Masters. And the council will also get a copy of those pictures. Finally, the big item is there's a 4% commission for reaching your approved goal that you've worked on with your district executive. So again, 28% base plus the 1% sign up, 1% for having the unit level kickoff, 4% for reaching the goal that's set by your unit. And it is 4%. It's significant, but it is a goal. And that will all total 34%. If you're able to do all that, which is a really nice commission back to the units, in addition to helping out what Rhonda's going to help me explain on the commission that's going to help the council.
Sure. So every year since I've been here, I get at least a few people who call and say, help me understand what the 34% commission is. Is that 34% of the 70% that goes back to scouting? Is that 34% of the whole? So we're trying to be as absolutely clear as possible.
So we're trying to
be transparent in that.
Absolutely.
So 90% of all statistics are made up.
Yes,
90%.
So bear with us for a minute, and I'm going to walk you through an actual example. If your unit total sales, so all of your Scout sales total together was $10,000, and you received all of the commission that Phil just walked you through. So you got your base commission, you signed up early, you had a unit kickoff, and you met your goal. Your unit will earn $3,400. So it is 34% of the total retail sales of your Scout. Where you hear the 70% return to scouting is that about 30% of the sales goes to Camp Masters for the product cost. The reason I have the about sign there in front of the $3,000 is each product actually has its own separate return to scouting, and our committee works really hard to select a mix of products that will end us at that average of 70% return. And we've done really well at that the last couple of years. They have been thoughtful and they've chosen well. And so we have some products that have a return to scouting that's less than 70% and some that are more. Our goal is to average 70%, and we've, again, gotten right around that for the last couple of years. So that's why you see the about $3,000 will go back to Camp Masters for the product cost. And then the council spends a portion of the funds that are remaining on prizes. I've got it down here as about 4 to 6%, and so I've used 5% just for the sake of the example. That's where we generally average. For some of our scouts who do really, really well in the sale, it will be even more than that. But for the sake of this example, let's say the council spent about $500 on prizes, about 5% of the sales. The remaining funds go to support scouting through the council. So that may be scholarships to scouts to join scouting, or for uniforms, or for program event activities. It is maintaining our facilities. When you're out at Camp McKee next time, if you're participating in the popcorn sale, and I'm assuming if you're participating in this webinar, you probably are, I want you to look around that beautiful place and know that you are a part of making that possible for our scouts. Popcorn sales are a huge reason that we are able to keep and maintain that facility. Programs, training, staff support, all of the ways the council supports scouting across our region. If you participate in the sale, not only are you helping your unit fund its adventure, you're also helping your fellow scouts in the greater scouting movement here locally. So hopefully this example makes it really clear what we mean by the 34% commission and helps you see where all of the popcorn proceeds go.
And we encourage you to be transparent with your units also. Being transparent helps folks to get behind your program, and that's why I asked Rhonda for help with this slide, because it's important for you to understand that when that money goes back to the council, it is going to help fund a lot of the larger events. And when you see those porta potties rented for the large Cub Scout activities, or when you go up to Stanford Dining Hall and wow, the air conditioning feels good in the summer, realize there's a cost to everything, and all of this helps go toward that, and you see the improvements that are made in the scouting program. So Rhonda, thank you for going over that. Now we want to talk about the top selling unit. Last year we had done something a little different, and this year we're trying something different again. And what we think will really be fun is that every scout and adult leader that participates in the sale, and you're the top selling unit, you are going to get a limited edition council strip. And the strip will designate the unit as the top selling unit from the 2014 sale. So that is a special one-time thing that only one unit is going to get. So if you have your sights and goals in mind, that's what is at the end of the journey, is a special council strip for that top selling unit. Okay, now for the fun. If we have ninjas and we have ninja colonels, I think it's only important that we add a quest in with this to have a little bit of fun with this as we go along. What this quest is for is to get the kids. Door-to-door sales. So you really don't want to take this quest and take it to a Walmart and have people to fill it out there. That's not the purpose of this. So a scout is honest, and what we ask you to do in your kickoff is to explain this quest to the kids and what they're supposed to be doing. And they're supposed to go out door to door, and I'm going to go over a few of these things. And what you're going to do is you're going to spell out the word quest. So ideally you're supposed to go diagonal, down or up, or across. Now, if a kid, instead of going 5 across, they go 5 down, and they just spell out the letter Q very thoroughly, nobody's going to turn them down. Make sure that that's turned in. So I'm going to go door to door, and I knock on one door, and a person, we find out they're an Eagle Scout, and they're going to initial the one box. And then they may go and run to another one and found that this person's never bought Boy Scout popcorn before. Now they can initial that box. Another person may find out that they actually served in the military. They can initial that box. Another person may be retired. They can initial that box. Another person may be works in the medical field. They can initial that box. When the boy goes across, and it's like bingo, when he fills up that sheet then needs to be turned in. And what's going to happen is they are going to be entered in for a contest to win one of, there are going to be 3 winners, and they're going to have their choice to win the iPad Mini, a Kindle Firefox HDX, or an Xbox One. And those are all very hot items, and we hope that's very appealing to the boys and get them out door to door so they can complete their ninja quest. Again, it's like playing bingo, and all they have to do is, instead of playing pieces, just have the person that's buying initial on the box.
We are having some technical difficulties with our question box. It has actually disappeared, and while we try to get it back, if you do have a question, use the chat function to send that to us, and we will see it. So if you have questions as we go, feel free to chat away with us, and we will do our best to answer. The next thing we want to talk about is the unit kernel checklist, which you can find in the first couple pages of your unit leader guide. Believe it or not, we pulled together this list because some folks have told us that when they became unit kernels the first time, they really needed somebody to tell them what they needed to do, when they needed to do it, and to break it down. So we've made this checklist at the request and the feedback from folks who've come before you. It is not created to be as daunting as it looks. But it can be if you don't do 2 things. And these are the 2 things we encourage you to do right off the bat. First is recruit help. Look at the other parents, leaders, if you're in a troop, maybe even some of the older scouts, and ask them to take on particular parts of the unit kernel job to help you out. Many hands make light work after all, and we don't want you, if you can avoid it, to have to do all of this yourself. The next thing we want you to do is take advantage of tools and resources that are already available. So you're not spending your time reinventing the wheel. You can make the most of what other folks have created before you, if you will. So as we go through this checklist and we highlight some key responsibilities and tasks and deadlines and things like that, we're going to do our best along the way to note where we have a corresponding resource that we think can make your life easier as you accomplish that task. So hang with us as we go through these. Almost everything we're going to cite is available at the website, which if you haven't been told a million times before, let me tell you one more time in case you need the reminder, is www.scoutingpopcorn.org. A good portion of this is also available in your unit leader guide. Okay, and Phil has worked a miracle, and our question box is actually back now. So if you have questions, you can feel free to write a question or send us a chat, either one. Again, we're going to start working our way through the unit kernel responsibilities that you find on the checklist now.
Thank you very much.
Okay, Rhonda, thank you very much. And now let's talk about how we're going to use these funds. What you want to do is, again, you can go on the website, scoutingpopcorn.org, or even any of the downloadable resources for scouting, and you'll find a way to plan your budget and plan your year. For Cub Scouting, maybe you've already done that over the summer. For Boy Scouts, that's typically done in the late fall to early winter. And again, the first thing that you want to do is, if you haven't yet, is look at what you want to do and how much that's going to cost, and decide then how you're going to use the popcorn proceeds to cover those costs. So let's say I'm wanting to plan an event where we're going to take a bunch of boys to Mammoth Cave. Do I want the boys to pay for part of that, or do we want to cover all that with the PAC funds? Maybe I want to take the boys on a canoe outing if I'm in Boy Scouts, and maybe there's a canoe rental cost with that. Or maybe we want to do a larger event and go whitewater rafting. All these things cost money, and you just need to plan those and for your year what you're going to be doing. What you want to do is use that unit leader guide and begin to plan that program. And then again, have a purpose and a plan to use this for your unit's ideal year of scouting. And as you go over that, keep in mind that highlight these events as you go into your popcorn kickoff. That's what these are going to be used for. And again, people will get behind your program. Okay, one of my favorite parts is the immediate rewards and unit level rewards. There's a lot of great prizes when you look at the popcorn quest, when you look at the prizes that the boys will receive, whether it's they may look at the knives or the tents or the fishing rods, water bottles, compasses, whatever it may be. And even as it gets on into, maybe they're interested in the gift cards, but all of those don't come until later in the year. And when a boy goes out to sell, Cub Scout or Boy Scout, they like to be recognized early on versus waiting till December. And if you do that, you're going to build a program that's going to be very excited very quickly. And what you want to do is keep it simple and fun, and maybe what you may want to do is you could always go and buy the coins up at the council office, the Cub Scout coins, the Boy Scout coins, and use that when a boy hits their $600 level, so instead of waiting on that stomp rocket to come later on, or I'm sorry, for filling the sheet, waiting for that stomp rocket to come later on, you go ahead and give them that coin now. Maybe it's just a simple recognition and you have a special a set of beads for the Cub Scout, or maybe you've ordered special patches for Boy Scouts. Just different things that you can do to have fun. Maybe during the goal setting time, if you haven't done your kickoff yet, is even allow the top 5 boys that have reasonable goals to put a pie in the face of the unit leader. You want to have fun in Boy Scouts, let them do that to their senior patrol leader. And trust me, they'll get their goals lined out pretty quickly. So to paint a little bit of a picture of that, if the council sets a goal at $600 level to get to the council party, to help a scout be able to get to it, one of the things we did, Rhonda, was we're setting a goal and a lower goal that we learned that other units have done. We're going to set a lower goal at $400. And maybe the goal is $800, but what's going to happen as soon as the boy hits $400, they're going to get to go to a party that we're going to have within our unit. Again, other units, we got this idea from other units, and what happens is when the boy hits that $400 goal, they realize it's pretty easy to sell a couple $100 more and then go to get the big council one. But if they have that immediate prize coming to them quickly, or immediate recognition, and just a simple pat on the back, whatever it may be, recognize those boys weekly as they begin to fill the sheet or they hit the 600 club. Have some den competitions. Put their name up on a screen if you have PowerPoints. If you don't, use a poster board and show how you're doing on your goals. Recognize, have fun, and get your Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle mask on, or I guess I should say Colonel mask on, and get in there and have some fun with the boys.
Yeah, Bill's absolutely right on this. We hear over and over again from our units that sell well that the unit level rewards are what really boost their sales. The council and camp master prizes are great, and it gives scouts something to aim for and then look forward to, but the immediate recognition at the unit level is huge. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about scheduling show and tell. If you have not already done so, we would encourage you to identify and schedule some show and tell opportunities for your scouts. Look for opportunities in your area that are high traffic areas, meaning people are coming in, and you have lots of people that are coming in and out frequently. And also, if you can, try to identify locations where the folks might be predisposed to support scouting. As Mr. Beck reminds us, if you have a place where you are going to have the opportunity to ask lots of men or families with children, you're going to end up hearing a lot of scouting stories from them about the difference this program has made in their lives, and that really helps them have a connection to your scouts who are asking them to help for their help in funding the adventure. You have a sample request letter that Michael Beck provided in your bag of materials. If you would like that electronically, just let me know and I can get that to you. It's his way of asking locations for the opportunity to sell there, and it's an easy one that you can just kind of adapt for your unit. Occasionally, and this usually only happens once or twice a sale, a location will want a letter from the council that basically stipulates that, yes, we're a 501c3 and that this sale is kosher, if you will, and explains what happens with the proceeds and what the opportunity is about. I'm happy to provide that. If someone asks you for one, just let me know and I will get it to you. Make sure you, as soon as you have opportunities set, that then you go about the work of scheduling scouts and adult volunteers so that you have the manpower ready to staff those opportunities that you've scheduled for your unit. The next thing, and this is quickly approaching, you will need to do is place your unit show and sell order. Unit show and sell orders are due September 8th, which is this coming Monday. You will use the online ordering system. Campmasters has an online ordering system, and that's what you'll use to place your unit's order. We have the little tool sign there because there are step-by-step instructions available on our website that will walk you through how to use the system, starting from how to log in all the way through how to place your order. At the show and sell time, you order in cases. So there is also a chart in your unit leader guide and on the website that will tell you how many containers are in each case of the product. Phil mentioned that we have 2 orders, so whether you call them first order and second order or show and sell order and take order, there are 2 main opportunities for your unit to order product. This first one is that we generally call show and sell is often used by units to order products that they will use for the opportunities like having show and sells and going door to door with product in hand, which some folks call show and deliver. This is your opportunity to get all of the products that you will need to carry your unit through those activities. So make sure that you order enough. But also keep in mind that only 25% of the order can be returned, and it must be in full unopened cases. So that gives you a little bit of wiggle room in terms of your order. The council can't return any of the products, so this is just our way to try to help you just be confident in your order and make sure that you're able to keep your unit in its best interest at heart. The 5-way tin and the military donation are not available for the show and sell. Both of those can be ordered later in the take order or the second order opportunity for units.
There's nothing more fun.
There's nothing more fun than watching a boy as he approaches that adult, and the adult looks at him and says, well, I don't have cash, and the scout turns right around and says, well, we take credit. And the boy gets real excited to see the adult leader pull out that credit card reader and stick it onto their phone. So one of the things that we can do today is go ahead and sign up for a credit card reader and use these to boost your sale during your show and sell time. What you're going to find out is that research has shown when people make purchases with credit cards, they're going to be more likely to spend money than with using other forms of payment. A lot of folks don't consider plastic cash, and they will buy more. We strongly encourage you to equip your unit to take credit cards by signing up for credit card readers. There's different ones out there. Take a look at them. I know units have used Pay Anywhere. I forget some of the other names of the different ones out there. Square and PayPal even offers it. What we advise you to do: take a look at it. Look at the percent that you get back. Choose the ones that make it easy for you and that will deliver the money directly into your account. The way those work is somebody will swipe it. You'll see it on an overall form that an administrator has. The administrator can sign up other people in the unit to be able to use them as just users only. In a few days, that gets sent right into your bank account. And what you want to do is use those to make it easier for your show and sell. And again, what we found out is it will boost your money that people spend. You can also use those things later on in the year for, if you're in Boy Scouts, maybe it's for dues or collecting monies for events. Some people balk a little bit at the idea of of having to pay a fee. And the nice thing is the way we view it is it's much easier to collect money this way. And even if there is a little bit of a fee associated with it, using the credit card is well worth that fee.
Okay, online sales. This is an opportunity that your staff will have if you make it available to them, frankly. To give your staff the opportunity to sell online, you have to go into the Campmaster system and sign them up. They cannot sign themselves up. Campmaster sets it up this way for safety reasons. We would encourage you to take an opportunity, even if you have it, maybe a Saturday morning, go in and put all your scouts in and then email them the information that they will need to be able to sell online. The instructions on how to do that are available on the website again. Because shipping and handling fees will apply. This is generally not the best option to use for anyone who's in your vicinity. This would be for friends or family that are out of town and want to support your scouts. We would do this ITC and pay for you. And this can frankly be really helpful when you get close to goal and you're trying to push towards goals and that extra content. This might be just what gets you there. So I would encourage you to go in and sign up your scouts to be able to sell online to friends and family that are out of the area.
So as we mentioned earlier,
So as we mentioned earlier, now that you have gone in and you've got your plan for the year, your parents know what's going on, the scouts know what's going on. Now, what it's time for you to do is host that kickoff. And this is where it's going to make a huge difference in your sale. As you see there on the screen, yes, it's worth the 1% commission. Be sure and take pictures of it. And again, this is a lot more than just throwing the order forms on the back of the table. But get pictures of that. Be sure and submit them to, again, either through the Campmasters app or Anne Marie or Rhonda Weber. And this, the unit level kickoffs, the reason that we put so much emphasis on this is it's highly correlated with the unit's success. The unit that will go and do a kickoff and make this part of their program is going to sell a lot more and do a lot better than the unit that throws them on the back of the table. And again, it's not about selling popcorn. It's about boys funding the scouting program and funding their adventure. So make sure you have some fun games at this if you're doing the younger boys and maybe a popcorn race or some contest that they could do. Get your ninja mask on, have some fun with that. With the older boys, maybe you have your troop help your pack, or with the older boys, again, have them have their planning meetings around this and talk about strategies and even practice doing a door-to-door sale or practice going and doing a show and sell. Some things that you can use in your unit level kickoff, as I mentioned, is a planner that we had talked about earlier. And if you're looking in your guide, it's on page 4. Find out what other units have done that's worked really well and fun that they had. We talked about the pies in the face with doing that with an early incentive. Well, you could also do a teaser and have the boys who have set a high goal to do an early pie in the face. If that's what you want to do. If you've never taken a pie in the face, I really encourage you to do it. It's something that is not, well, it is messy. There's no way around it. But don't do it with a bag over there and all this protective equipment. Let the boy put the pie in your face, pie in your hair. It will wash out. Have fun with it. It's something that you'll definitely remember. As you're doing your unit level kickoff, use the prize videos. Again, get your ninja mask on. Have some themes with it. We've already seen one come in where they had somebody come in who evidently was a martial arts instructor at one time, and he came in and broke a block. Oh, that was so cool. There's samples in your sample bag. Hand those out to the boys. Let them try them. Let them see what that new cinnamon crunch tastes like. Go over the Beck strategies, and again, talk about the Campmasters contest, and let the boys see the prizes that are available. And even though they may choose the gift card into the day, they can sure associate the prizes with the dollar amount.
Okay, once you've ordered your show and sell product and then you've had your unit kickoff, the next thing that's going to happen is towards the end of this month, on the 25th and 26th, the product will arrive and units will need to come pick it up. The dates, times, and locations vary by district, so it's really important that you check the information that's on the website. We will be getting reminders out to you. We will We will email you. We will do all kinds of things to bring it to your attention, but make sure that you check carefully which date, where, and what time units in your district can pick up, because it does vary district by district. One thing you want to consider is to make sure you have adequate transportation for the amount of product you order. We do not want to have to strap popcorn boxes to the top of your car. I've seen it happen. It's not fun for anyone involved. So err on the side of having too much room in whatever vehicles you are sending to pick up the product. Also plan for storage. Think about temperature, moisture, security. You make sure that your unit's product is kept safe and in a condition that keeps the quality high for the customers that you will sell it to. Some districts prefer that you make an appointment so they know when you're going to be coming. If that's the case, they've either communicated that to you or it will be indicated on the information provided about the pickup, so watch for that as well. Bring your patients, especially if you're coming to the Hallway Feeds Farmers Feed Mill location, which does the show and sell product for Palisades, Elkhorn, and Shawnee. That's a lot of products going through a very small area in a relatively small amount of time. So we appreciate your patience. Come knowing that you might have to wait a little bit, and we will get to people as quickly as we can. Also, anytime you have an opportunity to thank the partners that allow us to use their warehouse space to distribute the popcorn, please do. This is at best an inconvenience for them, and sometimes more than that. And so we really want them to feel our gratitude. It's a huge benefit to us that we're able to have the product delivered to these warehouses and then distributed from them. So make sure you take an opportunity to thank them as it becomes available.
Rhonda, just a note on that show and sell order as it comes in. You'll be surprised how quickly that popcorn goes. And one of the things that came out of the kickoff, it was here in Lexington when we had the level 2 discussion. The folks that were in there, the veterans that were in there, they said the biggest mistake that they made was not ordering enough product up front. So if you know what your goal is, and if your goal is $10,000, go ahead and order that $10,000 and get that ready to come in. Again, I think what Michael Beck suggests is if you're brand new at this and never done it, toe dip on that. But if you know what you're going to be doing, get that product in, because your key months to sell are September and October, so you'll have that product ready.
And I would add one thing. 2 years ago, there was a special circumstance that led to the council doing a second show and sell order. And so ever since then, we get the question as whether there's going to be one show and sell order or two. We have no reason to believe that there will be a second show and sell order this year. So please do order what you need to get yourself all the way to the case order, if you will, during this show and sell order. The council will order some extra products. It will be a relatively small amount given how many units are out there selling. So if you do run out of something, feel free to check with us, and if we have it, we'll be glad to get it to you, but don't count on that.
Okay, you all have hung in there really well.
Okay, you all have hung in there really well. Now we're into the last group of slides, and we do appreciate your time here over lunch. What I want to talk to you now is about how to track your show and sell elements, and that's participation, the boys who show up, the total sales, and then most importantly, the inventory that you have left. As we begin to do all this, the folks that really like to get into this are the ones that love to use those spreadsheets. And if your unit's really big, you want to use a spreadsheet instead of trying to do it by hand, or it can get really cumbersome. Maria Church, one of their scouting volunteers up in the Georgetown area, has created versions and new versions of the spreadsheets that can really help you with this. You'll put the boy's name in there, and it will list him for his personal sales plus his total sales. It will, and the show and sell orders. It goes all the way through and tallies all that for you, and then she's got a whole separate spreadsheet that you can have and look at just for tracking your inventory. All that is available at scoutingpopcorn.org. Again, that's www.scoutingpopcorn.org. And these are spreadsheets that she has made. Don't worry, you're not going to break them. She has them password protected, and if you ask nicely, she'll even unprotect them for you. But they're protected to where you can't break them and you're not going to hurt a thing. And these are made to help you, whether veteran or novice. These can really make your sale a lot easier.
If you haven't gone and looked at these tools that she's created, I would just encourage you to, if you do nothing else, at least open them up and see what we're talking about. It's kind of something that's hard to describe, and once you see it, I think it will be very eye-opening. If you have a system that's working for your unit, that's great. If you don't, though, these could be a huge head start for you and take a lot of the work out of keeping track of things.
Again,
it's nice. You put the scout's name in there one time, and he's in there, and then you can even have options to choose whether you divide it up at one show and sell location at 15-minute increments, or whether you just divide it up by the boy's time, or just take the total sales from that day. Lots of options, and they're so popular, even other councils have even asked for them. Okay, let's talk about etiquette just for a moment. A scout is friendly, a scout is courteous, and a scout is kind. These are 3 points of the law, and we need to remember these as we're out selling. It's critically important that above all else, we demonstrate the values of scouting and how, and we also discussed with our kickoffs how scouts and adults should act during show and sales. A lot of the times when we're out hiking, people don't see us. We're in the backwoods. If we're with the Cub Scout program, we're meeting somewhere, we've gone to a show and sell, maybe we're just at a police station or a fire station and the public doesn't see us. During the popcorn sale, we have the most visibility that we have during any other time of the year. And there have been a few complaints from last year from several locations and instances where we've actually lost the privilege of selling now at a couple of particular locations. And some of the complaints have been that we're overly aggressive, customers are feeling harassed, maybe the boys are blocking the doorways or chasing the person through the door, not keeping the area clean, or even worse, damaging property or flowers while they're having siblings there and wandering about in and out of the store, and just being disrespectful with the store manager. Keep in mind that nobody means to do this, but when we get a group of boys there and the siblings are with them and they're running in and out, and you have a lot of people trying to get out of the store and the boys going, hello sir, hello ma'am, as they're looking at that person and trying to sell them on helping with scouting, sometimes it can sure come across as being a little overly aggressive. So remember, a scout is friendly, a scout is courteous, and a scout is kind.
During the same time period that your unit is doing show and sell opportunities, we would ask that you encourage your scouts to also be going door to door. And we're sharing with you a few things that we've heard from units that have worked well for them, and also some resources that we've provided to kind of help you encourage your scouts. So we've already talked about the Quest and the Fill It Up Club prizes. Use those to encourage your scouts to give it a try. And sometimes it's the parents you have to encourage. So if the scouts are really excited about the prizes, that becomes an incentive for the parents to actually give it a chance. Use the back strategies related to going door to door. And again, we will remind you of those strategies throughout the sale. One thing that has become very clear is that units that set aside a meeting to sell in a neighborhood or an area that they've identified really get their scouts going in the door-to-door, and it pays dividends for them. Sometimes you just have to kind of go with people to do that first street or those first couple blocks until they get through the awkwardness and they've survived their first no and they've celebrated their first yes. Whatever it is it takes to get them comfortable with the idea of going door-to-door, or those same strategies work in their parents' workplace or things like that. We would encourage you to do that. Set aside a meeting, pick out a neighborhood, go canvass that neighborhood, meet back up, celebrate your success, maybe end with some hot chocolate or something like that as a unit. But that really will help build your scouts and their parents' comfort with going door to door, and will give a jump start to your take orders or your show and deliver orders if you choose to take the product with you door to door, which is a very effective method. The other thing we've heard from some units is instead of asking parents to kind of commit to selling a certain amount, they're asking parents to commit to a certain number of hours selling. So that might be a strategy that makes it feel more doable, more tangible, more that parents can get their minds around, if you will. So think about that. Maybe you want to pick a certain number of hours that you want to ask each family to put into the sale during the time period of the sale. Recognition and immediate rewards continue to be a theme throughout this. I will tell you, if you do weekly recognition of the order forms that folks brought in, or the amount sold, or the den who sold the most, however you want to quantify your rewards, that goes really far, and it keeps you on track in the sale. If you wait till the very end of the sale to do your first check-in on whether folks have been doing take orders or not, then you might be unfortunately surprised by what you find. So check in weekly, recognize and provide immediate rewards.
So,
there we go.
another part of that.
So another part of that, again, is going to be tracking the inventory. And if you go up to scoutingpopcorn.org, again, you'll find those tools that Maria had developed. And part of that is being able to track it. And to make that easy, again, you can actually not only track the show and sell orders, but with those same tools, we can track the take orders also the boys have turned in. And again, we thank Maria for developing all these tools. They're very nice tools. If you go and look at the spreadsheet, you'll be able to put in a last name, a first name, maybe the den they're in or the patrol they're in, again, depending on Boy Scouts or Cub Scouts. And as you go in and tally across the total number that they've turned in from the bottom of their order form, it will tell you the total items that they have sold. You can also add to that, it will add up on the tab that has a show and sells, maybe by booth, and then it even has a tab for the online sales, and then it's going to go and give you the total individual sales at the end of the spreadsheet. Again, making it very, very nice. And then the last tab, and I'll mention that because it really ties it all back into what we talked about earlier. The last tab on that spreadsheet is it will tell you what prizes and how that's going to fit in, and she's updated that with our current with the current prize order forms that we have. So again, if you haven't looked at those tools, take a look at them, and they can really make it easy. The last thing on that are the delivery tags. So you've got your orders, and now you've gone out to deliver, and you can't find somebody. Well, Maria's developed some nice delivery tags that says, sorry that we missed you, you can please call us here. And if they paid and you're delivering, even the thank you notes. And the Scout, again, is courteous, the Scout is kind. And remember to say thank you to everybody, and put that tag on that box of popcorn you're delivering.
Okay, thanks for hanging with us. We have just a few more slides, and so it looks like we're going to keep right at our 1 hour, hopefully. If you have questions, go ahead and type them in so that we will be ready to answer them. I want to highlight the placing your unit take order rule, which will be from November. It's very similar to placing your unit show and sell order, which we already walked through, so I'll just highlight the difference. When you go to order your take order, you order in containers instead of cases. This is for your convenience, so that you do not have to order more products than you need. So make sure you realize that you're ordering containers and not cases. Again, reference that chart that will help you do that. All product is available come take order time. So this is when you'll want to order all of your 5-way tins and all of your military donations. And there are no returns on the take order. So make sure you order everything you need, but not more than you want to have on hand. Again, for the take order product pickup, the dates, times, locations will vary by district. We will post that information. We usually try to get it out 3 or 4 weeks before the pickup time, so look for that around that time frame. And you want to, again, prepare for weather. November weather might be different than the September weather that you experience when you come pick up your show and sell product. So be thinking about that as you arrange for transportation. The last step in the sale, other than celebrating your success with your unit, which is maybe the most important part, would be ordering your Scouts prizes. And every year we learn a Scout whose prizes can get ordered and they never got them. We don't want anybody to ever not receive the prizes they have earned. Our Scouts have worked really hard in the sale, and we want them to get everything that's coming their way. So the tools that Maria created, if you use those, will also help you determine what prizes your Scouts will have earned and help you determine how many of what you need to order. You will order prizes again on the online system. The one thing that is that we need you to pay special attention to is you need to submit a high achiever form, which is available on the website for any of your Scouts that sell $600 or more. What we've done is we've combined the information we need with what Camp Master needs for the high achiever form, and that form is really important for both the council and the Camp Masters to make sure your Scout gets everything they've earned. All the prizes except for the $3,000 high achiever prizes and the council top seller prizes are ordered online, even if they're listed on the high achiever form. So make sure that you order online and submit the high achiever prizes. The last thing we have to do is thank you and ask if there are any other questions. So let's do that right now. For those of you who have to leave us at the hour point, which is what we've reached right now, we thank you for your participation. We will hang on here for a few more minutes and answer any questions that come our way. We're not seeing any right now, but we'll give it a few minutes just to make sure. So a hand raise and then go back down. So if you have a question or a technical difficulty.
I think that was by Anna.
I think that was by Anna. Type that in the question box in the chat window.
I will be glad to answer that.
If you think later of questions, please feel free to contact us. If you go to the website, the contact section of our website, you will find a way to get in touch with me, a way to get in touch with Phil, a way to get in touch with your district executive or colonel, and we will be glad to get back to you on that. We have a question. I didn't get a box of materials. You would have received a bag of materials. If you have not received yours, if you would send me an email, my email address is Rhonda, R-O-N-D-A Weber, W-E-B-B-E-R @scouting.org, and let me know which unit you're with. I'll track down your bag and we'll get it to you, or we'll let you know where it is that you can pick up. Any other questions?
Okay, Rhonda, I'm not seeing any more.
Okay, Rhonda, I'm not seeing any more questions come in, so be sure and if you think of those questions later, like Rhonda said, be sure and email her, and also check with those district colonels. Thank you. I saw Tracy was on here today. Tracy, thank you for joining us from Lonesome Pine area, and really appreciate you as a district colonel in that area and for helping out and doing all you do, along with all of our other district colonels.
Thank you all so much for joining us. Thanks for everything you're doing to set your unit up for success and sales, and we look forward to working with you.
Remember, it's just an hour a week. Get that ninja mask on and have some fun. Thank you.
Have a great day, everybody.